Most people love real estate for 4 reasons: appreciation, depreciation, cash flow, and amortization. But what most investors don't realize is that stocks can do all 4 too. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Adam Corin, founder of The Dividend Dentist. And here on this channel, my goal is to help you achieve true financial independence and time freedom with passive income. So let's get started. Now, let me be clear and say that the purpose of this video is not to bash real estate. Real estate is very powerful, but the benefits that people love about it aren't exclusive to property. They're simply money mechanics, and those same mechanics exist in the stock market as well, just in different forms. So let's walk through the 4 classic benefits of real estate, and then I'll show you the stock market equivalent of each one. So first up, we have appreciation. In real estate, appreciation comes from 3 different places. You buy property at a discount. You then force appreciation through rehab. And over time, the market lifts the property value. In stocks, appreciation works the same way. You buy stocks and funds below their intrinsic value, or net asset value. But instead of swinging a sledgehammer, market volatility does the rehab for you. Over time, as prices revert to their fair value, you get appreciation. So it's the same outcome, but with far less friction. And ultimately, market volatility replaces the rehab hammer. And next up, we have depreciation. Real estate investors love depreciation because it creates a loss on paper without actually losing money. But it's important to remember that this isn't a property advantage. It's simply a tax deferral strategy that's packaged into real estate. And stocks have many tax benefits too, but through different mechanisms. For example, you can harvest losses to offset capital gains, meaning you have a high level of control over when taxes are realized. And some income from dividend-paying stocks and funds is classified as return of capital. Now, a lot of people think that return of capital is a bad thing and assume that it means that you're simply getting your principal investment back. However, return of capital can be very powerful because it lowers your cost basis instead of being taxed today. So again, different mechanisms, but very similar results. Ultimately, depreciation isn't a real estate thing. It's a tax deferral thing. Next up, we have cash flow. And this one is obvious. Many people prefer real estate over stocks because real estate produces steady cash flow in the form of rent checks. This is simply the money that's left over after expenses, repairs, vacancies, and management headaches. But many people aren't aware that stocks can produce cash flow too, in the form of dividends, options premiums, and realized capital gains, to where you're still getting multiple streams of income from the same source, but with no tenants, no toilets, and no midnight phone calls. So as you can see, in the stock market, your portfolio can pay you rent without owning a single property. And lastly, we have amortization. This is often the most overlooked benefit of real estate because tenants don't just pay you monthly rent, they also pay down your loan. That's the power of leverage and amortization. And again, in the stock market, cash flow can do the same thing, where dividends, option premiums, and capital gains can pay down margin, or they can simply be reinvested to buy more shares. But either way, your leverage risk drops, and your equity continues to grow over time. But unlike real estate, in the stock market, you can scale leverage gradually as your portfolio equity grows, meaning you can increase or reduce your leverage exposure instantly and de-risk with the click of a button, meaning no banks, credit checks, closing costs, or illiquid loans. In simple terms, cash flow paying down leverage is amortization, whether it's mortgages or margin. So let's look at the big picture. Real estate isn't magical. It's powerful because of how money behaves inside the system. But hopefully now you can see that stocks can do the exact same thing, with more liquidity, faster scalability, and less overall friction. This means that if you're a real estate investor, you don't need to abandon real estate. You just need to realize that the benefits aren't exclusive to property. So for dentists and other healthcare professionals, this entire process is what I like to call building a passive practice in the stock market, where your goal is to do the 3 Ps of the passive practice path. provide capital, purchase cash flow, and produce financial freedom. So if this video helped you see investing through a different lens, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Also, drop a comment below and let me hear your thoughts. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.